Hey, what's good, family? It's your boy Jay Shine. Back again on a late night tip. And I don't know if you can see the title, but the name of this one is going to be about, we're going to talk about effeminate black males. And one of the first black males we're going to talk about I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now. We're going to talk about this Antonio Brown situation. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about this Antonio Brown situation. We're going to go deep into it. Right now we have an issue. We have a crisis in black manhood. And unfortunately, a lot of our brothers don't know how to carry themselves out here no more. So they find themselves in trouble a lot. They find themselves in stupid situations. And so before I get into the meat of this, I want to shout out to anybody right now on the live stream. I see you, CRU. Peace, my brother. Thanks for coming through. Hey, how does everything sound, CRU? How's everything coming through, CRU? All right, cool, my man. All right, so hey, first, man, I want to get into talk about the crisis of manhood we having right now in the black community. And I really want to address brothers right now. I want brothers to really feel me on this video. There's a lot going on in the world, and right now we got to tighten up our behavior, how we report ourselves, how we do business. Shout out to my brother DMV Nitro. Thanks for coming through. So before I get into Antonio Brown, I want to just say thanks to everybody who have been checking out the streams lately. Getting a lot more views than I thought I would since I just started. Also got my first donation, so that was crazy. And so we're gonna try to build this channel organically. And again, we're gonna talk about nothing but manhood shit over here. Shout out to my brother. I see you in the chat room, Cerulean. Shout out to Curse. I see you, my brother. Thanks for coming through. So first, I want to talk about our brother Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown just found himself in a pickle. He got accused by a chick, of rape and all kinds of stuff. And look, I'm gonna just say straight out, I don't believe her. You know what I mean? I don't believe the chick, but that's not what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about peacock niggas. Niggas like to show their ass all day and they become a target. And it's like, I don't understand for the life of me why black men are not understanding the situation that they're in. But I'm gonna go deeper into why they keep doing the things that they're doing. Hey, shout out Classic Ruby. Thanks for coming through, sister. I see you. Much love to you. And the reason why a lot of brothers are doing what they're doing is because they're dealing with a crisis of masculinity. They're not stable human beings for the most part. They're broken inside somewhere, so they're constantly looking for attention. So we all know what went down with Antonio Brown for last, couple of months. You know what I'm saying? He's been a story of the town. Like, he can't stay out the news. The brother just can't stay out the news. He's constantly in the news. Always something about, what he doesn't want, what he doesn't like, and all the, sports channels are going crazy talking about him, giving him all this negative attention. And it seems like he wants this negative attention. I think he feels good to get this attention. And the problem is that we got a lot of brothers out here who like attention whore. You know what I mean? We talk about the women a lot. We see them on Facebook. Those got the ass shots. They constantly memes and selfies and all this other bullshit they doing. But we don't talk about the brothers enough. We don't talk how the brothers act like women. You know what I mean? Now, these brothers are millionaires. I'm talking about famous, you millionaires. What I'm about to say next might sound fucked up, but this is real talk. When wealthy men of other cultures do their dirt, they don't do it in the light. They don't want to do it in the light. LMP, I see you. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming through. Real men don't want to do their nonsense in the light. All right, because they don't want attention. When you carrying paper and you trying to build something in the world, you move quietly. We had a saying back in the day, quiet is kept. And unfortunately, we got a lot of brothers out here who like to move loudly. They like to be seen. They don't want to let their talent speak for them. They don't want to let their accomplishments speak for them. They want to show out. And I have no problem with nobody on the court showing, exhilaration and, emotion and all that on the court, because that's you in the moment. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I'm talking about off the field, off the court shit. You know what I mean? Shit ain't got nothing to do with the game. I have a job, and I'm kind of like a rock star in my job. Everybody knows me. I'm kind of popular. Everybody's saying what's up to me all the time. I got a lot of jokes. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm a cool kid. I've always been a cool kid. When I was in high school, I was a cool kid. When I was in junior high school, I was a cool kid. But the thing is, I've always been quiet about my shit though, because I used to like, to deal with girls. I was a little dog. You know what I mean? So I didn't want my business out there like that, because it fucked up the game. You feel me? I couldn't move the way I wanted to move if everybody knew my business, because the other girls would get jealous and they start fighting and hating and all that kind of stuff, or other dudes would start hating. You know what I mean? And it's no different in the business world, in the workplace, hell, even at church. You keep your business to yourself. But we got a lot of niggas who don't want to keep shit to themselves. And then not only they want to keep their business to themselves, they want to show everybody their business. They want to keep acting out and get more and more attention. And we got to deal with the fact that we got a lot of men out here who are broken, and they constantly looking for attention. And what happens when you're looking for attention, when you're in the $1 million game, you become a target. Let me break something down to y'all, man. You got brothers who are not looking for attention, who have not been loud, and still have been targeted by gold diggers and what I call backdoor hoes, all right? And some of it is okay because it's a business arrangement. You know what I mean? The way Kenny Smith took his situation with his wife was trying to get him from all kind of loot. But you can look at her and look at him and see that she was never really with him for, the right reasons, all right? Kevin Garnett's wife wasn't with him for the right reasons. In fact, there's a stat out there like over 50% of football players, when they retire, within 3 years, their wives leave them. See, these are known facts. So if you're doing business, you got to deal with numbers. You got to deal with stats. You got to deal with the realities of the market so you can make your money. If you don't deal with those realities, you will lose your money, right? It's the same thing in life. See, a lot of brothers got it fucked up. They think life is supposed to be this emotional ride, and it is for some part. Some part of it can. There are moments where you can be emotional. You know what the moments are for emotional for me? When I'm with my daughter. When I get to see my daughter thrive. When I get to see her happy. Hell, when I see her sad. When I make accomplishments. When I have long-term goals and then I accomplish those goals. That's when I get emotional. But day in, day out, I'm not emotional. See, we got to start looking at life as business. Everything in the world is telling you that this is not a fucking game out here. And being a black man is even less of a game. Everybody is willing to target you and take something from you. And you got brothers out here who will make themselves targets. So when the sister Brittany comes out, with her crazy story and say that she was raped by you, even though she kept dealing with you, she got raped and then came back and was still your trainer. None of that makes sense. You know what I mean? Then, all the text messages come out and now we know that she's not telling the truth. So that's why he's playing now and no one's really taking it seriously. They just giving the lip service because they got to, because of how the politics are right now. The politics are right now, you got to believe her. Believe her no matter what, even though you got all this evidence that it's not completely true. All the text messages showed is that he was an asshole. He's an asshole. I'm going to tell you something about being an asshole. When I was an asshole, coming up in my 20s, like I say from 16 to, no. 16 to 28 years old, man, I was an asshole. Pure asshole, man. Heartless. Was my way or the highway type shit, you know what I mean? And that's cool to a certain extent, right? I will tell you one thing about being that way. I had no problems with females. None. I had no drama with the women. In fact, I got the best sex. I got the best looking girls. I got the most attention. I got invited to the most events when I was a fucking asshole. Now, I wasn't a sit on my ass asshole. I was always a mover and shaker. My old supply sergeant, we did a FaceTime. He's out in Italy, and he was telling me, like, yo, Jay, I gotta tell you, man. Never told you before, but you've never been a sit around nigga. And he's right, man. I've never been that kind of dude. I've always been on the move. I've always been a live dude, ready to do shit. But I move in silence. I didn't have to go back when I was in the Army, I didn't have to leave the barracks from Virginia, drive down to Atlanta, do a bunch of shit, and then put it up on MySpace. If any of y'all know me personally, y'all went to my Facebook page, you don't see much. I've bought houses, cars, bikes, and none of that shit is on there. Because I move in silence. It's not for everybody to see. So when you got millions of dollars, man, you can't move a certain way or you become a target. This sister took an opportunity because your name was mud, because you were hated by the public so much because of your behavior. I'm talking to Antonio Brown right now. That's why she targeted you. And the thing is, if you didn't have those text messages and she had some other evidence that she can manipulate, your ass would be up the creek right now. You'd be out of millions. This brother's only worth, what, 15 million now? They say 30 million on the internet, but if you take that, that's just the salary he earned over his career. But if you take half that away through taxes, agents, and all kind of other shit, legal fees, he's only probably got half his money. That's if he, was stringent. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. You say he got 15 million. He only on a $15 million contract right now. So let's say he get another $8 million from that. So he's only going to be worth, after all is said and done this season, he's going to be looking for a new contract worth about $22 million. And he really hasn't secured the bag. He really hasn't made the kind of money to secure his future. He hasn't done it. So to be out here acting like the way he's acting, it makes no sense, man. See, as black men, we got to start moving differently. We got to start looking at this world for what it is. It's an anti-black world. Look at the Democratic Party right now. Look at your Congress right now. Where is the young black males in leadership? You've been in the country for 400 years and you're not in leadership. You're all the basketball, you're all the football, and you all the whack-ass rap music right now. Got you. Actually, not all that. Neither. The white boys carved out some real estate, but I digress. The bottom line is that you don't have any power positions. All of our people who graduate from colleges go work for white firms. They work for white companies. So where is all our power? See, we don't have black men looking for power right now. See, what you're supposed to be doing with your career, brother, is two things. Well, three things. You could just build the nest egg, make sure you make enough money to secure the future of your family, your children, your grandchildren, and then go sit your ass down somewhere if that's what you want to do. You want to, go fish, whatever the case might be. But I say you really need to do two other things. You either need to become a businessman, like some of our brothers done in the NBA. There's a brother out there who owns a rack of Wendy's. He's one of the richest brothers in the country. No one even knows his name. One of my Al Heyman's one of my heroes. Runs the boxing world. People like Floyd Mayweather work for him. You know what I mean? Bunch of black, I'm talking about warriors. Chisel brothers work for him. They've been in need of him. And you can't even find a picture of him on the internet because he doesn't want to be seen. His name is enough. He wants power. See, we got to get out of this peacock shit. We got to get out of the show-off game and get into the power game. As soon as people give us some ends, they want to go to the club and show off. You know what I want? I want a boat that's sitting on the goddamn Atlantic Ocean. You can't see that, nigga. You can't see that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a show of wealth. So we have a lot of this going on in the league. And lately we've had brothers who like to show out instead of being a good example for the young men coming up behind them. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a good example for the men coming behind you, man. If not, then you're selfish. So we can complain about the women being wayward, not caring about the kids, and they being ratchet, and they being a bad example for the girls, and they're killing their son's confidence, and we can talk all that shit, right? But when we get the opportunity to be in the limelight, what are we doing? You see what I'm saying? Now, is it all black men? No. But there's too many black men out here acting this way. And it's not enough elders and black men checking them. And the reason why we don't have that ability to check each other is because we have a broken brotherhood. And we got to reconstitute that. We got to get some discipline, and we got to get some forward thinking with our men. And before I move on to the next issue, the next brother, I want to say this. There's a lot of brothers running around YouTube right now claiming pills and colors and all kind of stuff like that. Look, man, I've been red pill. If you want to, it's an analogy. I'm not a red pillar, but I'm just saying, as an analogy. Just going back to the movie The Matrix, right? I've been red pill since I was, 12, 13 years old. And what that means is to be outside the matrix. It's not about pussy. See, a lot of cats claiming red pill out here right now are just talking about the female aspect of things. To be red pill means to be outside the matrix, to be outside the social norms, to see the world for what it is and not participate in it because you see it for what it is. That's what it means to be red pill. That means to be on a Nebuchadnezzar eating porridge every day in a dead world and then plugging up to the matrix, which is a fake world. You understand? So every day I get up and go to work and I plug into the matrix. I handle my business and then I unplug and I come back to my world. The world I control. The world I run. I talk about power and dominion over what I have. No one runs my house. I run my house as a man. I run my life as a man. I run my daughter's life as a father. And this is what we got to get back to. So when cats out here doing the red pill thing or the black pill thing, whatever you want to call it, that's cartoon shit. In the reality, all you need right now is to know about power. As black men, we should be seeking power. We should be wanting power. All right? Don't worry about the sisters too much. We'll address them. You know what I mean? We'll address the shit that they do when it's appropriate time to do so. But most of our conversations should revolve around building each other up and schooling each other and, and informing each other, right? So we can, as a group, get power. And you can't have power without discipline. You damn sure can't maintain it without discipline. See, all of this shit that I'm seeing out here is effeminate behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's all effeminate behavior. Because if you think I'm bullshitting, if you think that's effeminate, I want you to look at this. This is our brother. This is our brother right here who likes to come to news conferences dressed like a mammy. You know what I mean? He's dressed like mammy. What is he channeling? What is this nigga channeling? I'm just answering a serious question. This is your head quarterback. Not of a high school team, which is a prestigious position. When you was in high school, the quarterback, the starting quarterback was the man, right? He was the captain of his team. He was the leader. Before I go any further, we're just gonna go through shout outs real quick. Hey, Tony Smith, thanks for coming through. Doug, salute to you, homie. Thanks for coming through, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you get a chance, and make sure you share the stream. I'm gonna leave this up for sure. But I want y'all to look at the screen, man. Look at this brother. This is your starting quarterback for a national football team, not a high school team, not a college football team. Professional football team. This is the top. This is everything you work for. All the sore ankles, all the sore ribs, all the pulled muscles to get here and just to show up as a mammy. Looking for attention. Come to news conferences with your hair crazy. Getting upset because somebody asks you a sport question. Just acting the fuck out. This is not manly, fam. There's nothing manly about what you're seeing on the screen right now, man. I love this brother. Look, man, Antonio Brown and Cam Newton are our brothers, man. I salute them for their accomplishments, for what they have gained, but there's still a responsibility that comes with that. I'm responsible to be the best at what I do. So when I run into younger people, whether they come into my profession or I run into them on projects, whatever the case might be, they see a black man that is excellent at what he does. And carries himself like a man. You understand? You'll never see me smelling like I didn't take a shower or walking around with mustard stains on my shirt. And you damn sure never see me with a goddamn scarf on my head. Looking like a mammy. See, let's get to the crux of this. What's in a lot of our black brothers right now is they're dealing with the effects of, what happened to us over the last 300-400 years. You understand? And it's part of us too. One thing I'm going to say about black women that I love, man, and I actually respect is that they're strong, man. They're strong. I think I've said this before on a live stream back in the day. Black women are the most powerful women on the planet. They have serious influence over their children, their community, their men, more than the other culture. They do. Because that's look, man, we're going to see and talk about how great black men are. That we got to acknowledge that she's the female version of us. But the problem is that You gotta look at it like this. She's a superwoman, like we're the Superman. She's a superwoman, right? But she's corrupted. You know what I mean? So her superpowers are being used for ill right now. So when you have these houses full of single moms and there's all this emotional noise, we always look at the ratchet females and say, all right, she acting like her mama, but we don't talk about the men who act like they mamas. The men who channel their mamas. When you see Kanye West go off halfway and all that shit, he's channeling his mama. He's channeling the black women who had power over him and influence over him. That's why we have to. Look, all this SYBM shit, I can't rock with it, man. I can't rock with it. I'm gonna tell you why I can't rock with it. All right? I'm gonna tell you why I can't rock with this, save yourself black man bullshit and this, the MGTOW shit. Now look, I'm MGTOW if you still fucking women. But if you're not fucking women, I ain't MGTOW. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you niggas. When we come to my dick action, for those who know where that came from, throw one in the chat room. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. The bottom line is this. If we're going to be men, we're going to have to deal with the black woman issue. Running from it is not going to help. Because we got grown-ass men. Look at the outcome. Look at the screen. Look at the outcome. Our starting black male quarterbacks are coming to fucking news conferences, looking like a mammy. Acting effeminate. Peacocking every goddamn day. This is the result of it. How are we going to be men if we allow the future to look like this? Riddle me that. How are we going to call ourselves men? You out here calling yourself black pill, you calling yourself red pill, okay, but you're not pro-black? How are you not pro-black? Show me one Indian man that's not pro-Indian. To be an Indian man means you're a pro-Indian. To be a Chinese man, you are pro-Chinese. We the only niggas who have these stupid ass conversations, man. By default, you're supposed to be pro-black. You don't need to be wearing a dashiki or a goddamn leotard with fucking African colors on it to prove that you're a goddamn pro-black. You know what I'm saying? Being pro-black is about being about our business, being about us, being about the brothers you see in the chat room, being for one another, being there for one another, being an example to one another, teaching each other, having each other's back, being on code. And what you see on that screen is way off code. This is a selfish nigga you seeing right now. See, the problem with emotions is this. When you have effeminate males, they're very emotional. And emotional people are very dangerous. Let me tell you why emotional people are very dangerous. Because you have no fucking idea what they're going to do. And that's one. Two, everything they do is for them. They don't care about the collective. They don't have no sense of duty or responsibility. Everything they do is for them. Because they got to feed that emotion. Emotionally unstable people are fucking dangerous, man. They dangerous in relationships. I've had this conversation recently with a friend of mine, and you know what I mean? And I explained to her, like, look, being emotional is dangerous. You got to have control of your emotions. I explained this to my daughter. And not to dig at her moms, but she sees how her mom is turning out. She sees how her mother's turned out. So I don't have to be nasty about it. I just say, see, because she comes home when she visits with her mom and she complains about it and she gets emotional. I tell her, look, don't get too emotional about it, baby. I know it hurts you. You don't want to see your mother like that. You want to see your mother better. You don't want your mother to treat you a certain way, but don't let her project her shit to you. Her life and her failures have nothing to do with you. You got to be responsible for your own life and your own emotions. And I see how you got these sisters and they have these dysfunctional relationships. How a mother could be a hoe, and he still like calls his mother a queen, and knowing that she's a rotten bitch. You see what I'm saying? Because of that power that our mothers have over us. Think about it. For the last 50 years, for the last 100 years, it's been you could never disrespect you. You couldn't say nothing about the black woman. You couldn't say nothing about your mama. The first thing will come out with somebody's mouth, man or female, would be, you got a black mama, you wouldn't say that about your mama. See, that's been a thing that's been with us for a long time where we can't live our truths. We can't even tell the truth. Why can't you say, like, not in the public, but if in a general conversation between two adults, you can't tell me that your mother was a hoe? My mother was in the streets. I could say it. She's in a better place now. She's in a better place now, so I respect her journey. But my mother wasn't a good mother when we were young. Me and my brother were left to our own devices. We were neglected. We saw men coming in and out of the house. You see what I'm saying? And she's not a bad mother. I mean, well, she's not a bad person. Let me put it that way. But she came from a broken situation. So I understand what happened. You know what I mean? And I told myself I'm going to be a better parent. So there's good examples out there. You can't tell me Cam Newton doesn't have good examples of manhood out there he can look at and use that as an example. You can't tell me Antonio Brown doesn't have good examples of manhood out there he can look to. They're choosing not to because they're emotional niggas. And they perpetuate an effeminate behavior. There's nothing manly about what you see on the screen. Nothing manly at all. It's actually outrageous to watch this happen. And it's destroying our culture. Look at the boys. They're just as wild and as, emotionally imbalanced as the females. So you can't just say it's the girls. Now we can complain about the mothers and all that, but shit, here's the thing. At some point, those boys are going to come into the world. And then who's got them then? That's got to be us. That's got to be us, fam. That's got to be the men. Men got to catch them. Men got to grab them by their neck and say, hey. And that's what Cam Newton's not doing right now. He's not even setting an example for the young brothers coming up. He's showing you what can be acceptable. Think about what I just said, man. You got young brothers right now in junior high school, college, thinking this shit is appropriate. That's why I say he's selfish. I don't want to hear nothing about freedom of expression and style and all that nonsense. Fuck out of here with that, man. That's dealing with people who don't deal with the collective. They deal with themselves. They're rugged individualists. And anybody practicing rugged individualism, kiss my ass. They're worthless to me. They're worthless to the race. They're worthless to their country. They're worthless. They have to get theirs. So yeah, I'm proud of the brother. I'm glad you accomplished what you accomplished, man. Cam Newton worth what? You worth about 30 million right now. Should be worth more than that as a lead quarterback. But he doesn't. He's not in his man. See, man, Aaron Rodgers is a man. You know what I'm saying? I hate to go to a white boy. But Tom Brady's a man. And they carry themselves like men. And they focus on their craft. That's why their numbers are crazy. You understand? To have Cam Newton's athleticism, he should be outpacing both those men in stats. Especially since he can run and throw. But he's not. Because his mind is somewhere else. He can't wait to get off the field so he can go act out. So he can go show off. So he can go get with the brothers and hang out in the hot tub with the ratchet females. With the hoes. The pros, we call them. They can't wait to get to that. He can't wait to get to the next night spot so he can pull out the hot new ride that he got. That's what's on his mind. And you can tell by how he's fucking acting, how he's acting out. When I go to work lame as shit. I'm from Brooklyn. I got gear. I got clothes. I got kicks. I got like 30 sneakers in my room right now. I don't wear none of them to work. I'm like Frank Lucas with the shit, man. I dress real inconspicuous, excuse me. I go to work in a camp shirt, some slacks, some nice shoes, and I go about my business. And I let my mouth, and I let my work speak for me. You understand? And then also, office politics. So playing office politics, people know they can't fuck with me. Because I have a straight back. You understand? And that's how I carry myself. And then the brothers that are around me, I'm influencing them. They seen a strong brother come through, handle business, get rank, get projects, get success, and ain't bend his fucking back. Ain't kissing nobody's ass. I ain't being, loud or disrespectful or nothing. I'm even with it. I just go about my day, handle my business. And then when you catch me on the weekend, nigga, you're going to catch me on a fly-ass motorcycle. You're going to catch me in my Beamer. You're going to catch me chilling. You're going to catch me eating in some nice place doing me. Or you might catch me with my daughter. We doing some fly shit. You know what I mean? But that's not for you to see because it's none of your fucking business. Everything ain't for everybody to see, fam. So if you're a cross-dresser, Cam, do that shit at home, man. They got clubs for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go be free. No knock. I'm not knocking nobody's sexuality. I'm not even going to insinuate. I'm just saying if it's that, go do it. There's a place and time for everything. That's all I'm saying. At the job is not where it's from. At a press conference, look, man, look behind him. On there is a $1 billion logo. All right? The Carolina Panthers is a $1 billion franchise. You understand? It makes $100 million a week. Look at the other logo up there. Bank of America Stadium. That's a multi-billion-dollar building that's owned by the Bank of America, one of the biggest banks in the world. And you sitting up here with a scarf on your neck, on your head, and your hair looking crazy. No one will argue with you about Jay Sean. Nobody's more pro-black than me. I love my women natural. I don't like the weave shit. I don't like none of that. Look, teach his own. I don't like it. If you're going to be in a relationship with me, you got to be natural. I like a natural woman with nice skin, because that brown, beautiful skin, it just does it for me. It's nothing like a black woman. And they come in all shades. They light, they dark, they brown. I don't need nothing else. I just need you to be natural, healthy, and clean. Please be clean. That's all the brother asks. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. I don't need a sister with fake hair and all that kind of shit. I don't need none of that. I like a sister that's natural with a nigga nose and a nigga lips. You understand me? That's what I like. So I'm not going to ever sit here and judge a motherfucker's hair or talk about how a brother wears his hair. You know what I mean? But come on. Y'all know what y'all looking at. Y'all know what y'all looking at. That's not keeping it natural, keeping it real. That's looking for attention. That's just not giving a fuck. All right? So I just wanted to come on here real quick, man, and talk about effeminate males and effeminate behavior that they exude and how it's hurting our future. Am I one of those square niggas like, yo, man, you supposed to put on a suit? No. He could have came in there stylish. Look how LeBron James dressed. All right? He dressed stylish. Look how Dwayne Wade would dress. He dressed stylish. I mean, like, they not looking crazy at the press conference, man. They're just not. Sometimes they got to do the press conference right after the game because they spend too much time on the court being interviewed. So they don't have time to change. So they'll come to the press conference in their sweats. Okay, but that's still their work uniform. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's not his work uniform. That's a Michael Jackson outfit. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's a Michael Jackson meet Aunt Jemima outfit. That shit crazy. That shit make no sense, man. Shout out to Gigi. I see you in there. All right, Caribbean Fire, thanks for coming through. Dark Jeff, my brother, good to see you. Yeah, shout out to the chat room, man. Thank y'all for coming through and checking out the stream, man. But I just want to get the message out to black men about their behavior and what we got to clean up on our side. Not for the black women, not for white people, not for anybody, for us. For us, man. And what I mean by us, I mean us as in lineage, man. You don't think we owe our ancestors that? You don't think we owe the boys coming after us that? You gotta be the most selfish motherfuckers on the planet, man. You know what I mean? You selfish just like that female you call selfish and you complain about. You just like her. You just like the selfish women you talk about, man. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, man. I'm gonna try to keep my videos under an hour. You know, I don't want people sitting around all day just, listen to long ass live streams. I don't have that kind of time. I'm actually somebody who's busy. I got shit going on in the world. And I gotta get back to my spreadsheet. I got stuff going on tomorrow. I might have to take off work tomorrow. So I gotta go to a German bank and open up a bank account because I'm actually gonna start a business over here. I got an itch I need to scratch. Because of recent events in my personal life, I understand that I gotta get back to being the savage me. The me that I've been up until a certain point recently in my life. I had some setbacks, you know what I mean? And I got to get back on my horse and get out here and slay. Because that's what I'm built for. I'm built for war. I'm definitely a different type of dude. I know everybody's not like me. I know every brother's not like me. And that's why what you see on that screen is very important not to happen. That means very important that doesn't happen. This cannot happen. This has to stop. And we got to stop promoting brothers like this, and we got to start calling them out. And there's a way you can do it. If we all got on the internet right now and and hit this brother on Instagram and just call them to the carpet, like I did earlier today. But I'm a nobody. But if we did that, we'll let them know this shit is not cool. We gotta pull each other's card, man. Cause that's the place I'm from. You know, Jay-Z had it in the lyric. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm from Marcy. I thought to remind y'all. He was talking about Brooklyn politics, how we are street code in Brooklyn, where I'm from. I'm from a place where niggas pull your card. Who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or not? You know what I'm saying? This is what we talk. You couldn't talk about it if you didn't live it. That was street code where I'm from. You couldn't front. You couldn't do certain things, man. We would pull your card, fam. Like, well, yo, son, what you doing, son? What the fuck is going on with this nigga? Yo, check this shit out. Look what this nigga doing. You know what I mean? We will call you out, man. That's what we did. You couldn't lie on your dick. You couldn't do certain things around us. Like, yo, man, yeah, I fucked shorty. I did this, I did that. Like, man, you ain't fucked that bitch, man. Hold up. Yo, hey, Sandra. This nigga over here talking about he fucked you. I ain't fucked that nigga. We would do that shit to you, fam. That would happen to you in real time in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? We didn't play like that, man. Especially if she was a bad chick from around the way that everybody wanted to fuck. You know what I mean? So we have to double check that. And since you putting her business out there like that, and you putting your business out there like that, we gonna call her up. Hey, son, this nigga say he long stroking you. What's going on? That little nigga couldn't fuck shit. See what I'm saying? And you would get put on blast. You know what I mean? And we would sit there and clown you, and then it'll be over. You know what I mean? We pat you in the back and say, good try. You know, but now you know not to do that shit no more. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works. It's not hard, fam. This shit is not hard, man. This is not hard. We all vacating our posts. And as black men, and I'm going to say this one last time before I go. Those are our sisters, man. And matter of fact, I'm going to do a video tomorrow night. And I want y'all to hear tomorrow night. I'm going to try to do a video, I guess, between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern time every day, or at least 2 or 3 videos a week at that time. It's about 11, 12 my time. I'll do a video before I go to bed. And the video I'm going to do tomorrow is about something I watched on Oprah Winfrey's channel. I'm going to break some shit down for you, all right, for the bros. I want you to understand that some of the sisters do get it, but the problem is they get it too late. And I'm going to leave it at that. So just remember, man, this whole life game, this shit we in right now, this racist system we in right now, we got to be about our business, man. We got to be about our business, and we got to be about our future, man. Hopping the fence is not the answer. Checking out women is the answer. Being a man to them is our answer. Right now, black women are manless. When you watch ratchet videos, you watching manless women. You watching leaderless women. That's what you're watching. And it's not going to be easy. And I'm not telling you to be a simp. I'm not telling you to date certain women. I'm not telling you none of that. I'm talking about checking them. All right? So I'm going to give you a quick example before I go. Real quick. I got a homegirl that I used to work with back in D.C. And my last job before I came over here to Germany. And we was out with the sister like 2 weeks before we had this conversation in the hallway. 2 weeks before that conversation, she was at lunch with me and 3 other black men. All right, one black brother is married with 7 kids. Another brother was married with 2 kids. Then you had a brother from the islands who had 2 baby mamas, but you know, he took care of his kids. And he was in his kid's life, and one of them had just passed away recently. And it was a real sad time. And then you had me, the single dad, who got custody of his kid, right? So, fast forward 2 weeks later, I'm in the hallway with the sister. And a lot of black women are very disrespectful, as we know. So she's being disrespectful and she's saying things in front of us that we never check. And I had to check her, even though we was in the office hallway. I didn't care. It had to get checked. She was out there railing, loud as fuck, about how black men ain't shit and we need to step up. Now, this is not in a black hallway or in a black office. This is in an office building, a government office building. There's white people walking around. There's all kind of people walking around. And she's just talking about how we need to step up and do better. Now, let me give you her stats real quick before I tell you what I did, all right? Because you don't love what I did. It was a beautiful moment. You know what I mean? This is a sister who has 2 kids by 2 different men. The first guy she had a kid with, she claims bounced on her. The second kid was with her husband, who she was divorcing at the time. Good brother. He was in the military. She was in the military. And they was getting divorced. They were separated at this time when we had this conversation, but they were going through a divorce. Now, she had a daughter with him, and she had a son before him. So, no, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. She had a daughter before him, and she had a son with him. So I said, Nadia, let me ask you a question, sister. Out of all the black men you know in this building, how many of them are deadbeats? And before I let her answer, I said, none. You don't know any deadbeats in this building. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say your first baby dad, because me and her friends, I knew her business. She knew I knew her business. So I said, so say your first baby daddy was a piece of shit, like you say. I don't know him. I don't have his side of the story, so I just take your story for face value. So you 0-1, right? Then you get married to this other brother. He comes in, helps you take care of your child, marries you, gives you another child. But he still takes care of his child. So you 1-1. You were just at lunch 2 weeks ago with 4 black men. One is married with 7 children. The other one's married with 2 children who are both in college. The other one is he has 2 baby mamas, but he takes care of his kids. And you know what I mean? And you got me, the single dad. So right now, in your immediate circle in life, the people you know and you actually hang out with and you know, you're 5-1. Name all the black men in this building who are fucking deadbeat dads. There are none. All the black men in this building are family men. They take care of their kids. And there's only one guy in here who's a deadbeat piece of shit. And you know what, Nadia? He'd be the first nigga you fuck. This is a true story. And she just looked at me. But you know what? She can't unhear it. She cannot unhear it. And this came from a brother she was cool with. You see what I'm saying? I risked our friendship to let this sister know she's out of fucking line. And this shit's not gonna be tolerated no more. That's what I mean by checking out women. You understand? That's what I mean by checking out women. I'm giving you one example out of many. I've done this shit 100 times. And if you know my government name and you see me on Facebook, then you know I'm a warrior. That's where I really do all my sword swinging is on Facebook. I'm a hell on Facebook. Cause that's where all the ratchet shit is at. That's where all the bullshit is on Facebook, believe it or not. The women on Facebook are out of control. But I digress. So anyway, that's all I got for right now, man. Just remember, brothers, business is life and life is business. All right? So you need to handle yours. Stand up as men, take care of each other, you know what I mean? And start being what we need to be to our men, and that's their leaders. I'm out.